Chuck Domino called and said, hey, have you heard Lou DeBell is trying to move the Norwich team down to Richmond? And he goes, well, he hired me to put the staff together, and I told him that you would be running it. And I said, well, are you going to ask me at any point if this is going to happen or not? And he said, no, I wasn't going to ask you, but you're going down there. So the romantic part of the story is I moved to Richmond, Virginia, sight unseen. We come here for a private tour. We walked into the concession stands, and I literally stuck to the floor. It was so nasty. I stuck to the floor, and I looked at Chucky, and I said, you're ruining my life. This is going to be awful. And he looked at me, and he said, Parney, this is going to be perfect. And that's when we took out a piece of paper and started kind of charting out the course of the franchise. What do we want to be about? Well, there were 3 things we ended up agreeing on. We wanted to be about fun every single day. Like every single day, you have to come here and you have to have a bounce in your step and you have to have a good time, because guess what? If we don't have fun, how are our fans going to have fun? The second thing was to be different. The Richmond Braves have been here for a long time. They've been married to these fans for 42 years. And any relationship after 42 years, if you're not careful, it can get a little stale. We had to be that different type of relationship with the fans. And then third thing was impactful, and that's something that I've really worn on my sleeve the whole time, because I think that's what makes us different, is that we're not about 70 baseball games. We're about 365 days a year. We're about doing things with kids. We're about saying yes when people ask us to come places and not even thinking about the consequences of doing it. Nutsy did over, I think it was 600 appearances in the community last year. You know, some people said, well, the Braves were good, you should just do it the way they did it. Well, we knew we didn't want to do that. No offense at all to the Braves, but we knew we wanted to be fun, be different, be impactful. It all comes back to those 3 things. We drank water out of a fire hose. The announcement was September the 23rd, 2009, if my memory serves me right, and we played a game April 15th. Usually when a franchise moves into a town, they move in 18 to 24 months ahead of time. We'll renovate the ballpark. I think that's probably one of the most remarkable parts of this whole thing, is we were ready in 5.5 months, and I have no earthly idea how we did it. If you would call out everybody that worked here the first year and say, what moment will you never forget? Probably almost all of them will say opening night 2010, because we did it. And I remember sitting right, my desk at that point was right here, and I remember the absolute feeling of exhaustion after that first game was over was just overwhelming, but it was awesome.